If you're wondering why there are explosions in the background, it is because I am recording this on the 31st of December at 7:54 p.m. So there are a number of fireworks here to celebrate the new year, the closing off of the 2010s decade, and the transition into the roaring 20s. Hello everyone, it's Delightful Mochas here for my annual upload. I know I said in the community tab that I would be making this video back in, I believe, the opening of November. But in my defense, I did attempt to film that video when I said I was going to film it. Each attempt had their own comically unfortunate mishaps which prevented their production. Firstly, I attempted to bake a cake in celebration of 10K subscribers, and I was in the communal kitchen of my dorm building, and the word communal meant that people were coming in, and a mother and a daughter came in whilst I was filming, and I didn't want to interrupt their quality time together, so I just did not let that production go on. So secondly, well, I was in the middle of baking that first cake, and so I just finished up baking it. I thought it would be great to make another video of myself eating all of said cake because I kind of have the world's worst stomach capacity, so I thought it'd be funny to torture myself by eating copious amounts of food. And I did film that. I ended up eating less than half of the cake before I just had to call it quits. And I was sad to make something that was so disappointing, but I got a lot of good points in. It was very podcasty, me telling some great stories and just talking, but I didn't record any of the audio. So I attempted to salvage that video by repeating everything that I had said subsequently in audio recordings, and I found that since I bought a new camera for it too, and the way the videos were formatted when they were filmed did not make the videos compatible for editing at all, which is weird. So I kind of put that project on the back burner, and I am making the video now that I have free time. So I decided to kind of go back to my roots in more ways than one with the type of video to celebrate this subscriber milestone that is honestly just very big to me and something that I did not expect. So I went back and redid a speed paint of I don't even know what of the Holy Boy, and because I think that he's kind of the backbone of this channel, and it's if you are one of the lucky few who saw the 1,000 subscriber milestone video before I took it down, you'll kind of know what this is based on. It's something that's bigger and better, and one of my followers on Instagram, whom I would call quite a loyal follower, actually pointed out the existence of this particular picture through my DMs, and I was quite appreciative of it. And it was something, I deleted all the originals, and the hard drive that had the video in speed paint has unfortunately metaphorically imploded, so that was not something that I could recover the original files for, but I found it on Tumblr relatively easily through a quick search, and I was able to find a copy of it and imitate that original, which is what you're seeing, which is what I'm doing a speed paint for now in late 2019. So if you guys want to see what reverse improvement looks like, I wanted to address some questions here. I didn't get a lot in the original prompt. I think maybe the most basic question that I can answer is, who are you? And given what I am famous for, I guess that kind of explains the content that I'm trying to make. Something that I said that I would address in the original prompt is the creation of Savage Stingy 3. That's quite a story because I believe that it's a literal cursed video. And here's why I'm saying that. When I posted the two videos, Savage Stingy 1 and Savage Stingy 2, in 2017, which was about like spring my sophomore year of high school, they're about a month apart or so, and I plan to make that third one around that same time frame, and there's a lot I had planned for it. I wanted it to kind of continue the trend of what I had for the previous two, in which it's a second longer than its predecessor. And it was great. I was collecting files. It was kind of a struggle. For the first video, I was not required to watch the entirety of the series because they're mostly from these quick 2-minute segments that are just like extra. I think it's called Lazy Town Extra. It's been a while, I don't quite remember. But the second one actually did require me to dig a bit deeper into the episodes themselves, which was pretty time consuming, to be honest. And I don't think it's as funny as the first one, since Lazy Town Extra was not as focused on being as morally educational as the show Lazy Town itself. But I was trying my best. I found some great clips to add in a third video, but here's where I would say it becomes an actually cursed video. I think I might go through more external hard drives than the average person, because after every attempt I would make, I would just open a file in iMovie and drop some clips and start editing. The hard drive that contained those files would go through some mysterious accidents. First time it happened, I think it was my fault because I just straight up dropped my passport. Because it was physical damage, it was not so easily fixed. I think you would need like an actual surgeon to try to get in there and fix up the guts. Sadly enough, although I can still access the files that are inside that hard drive, they're just kind of like, they're just pretty haunted to go through. It's like they've been afflicted by some witch's hex. They've been hexed. They've been hexed. And I can look at them, but it's kind of like through a magical glass. I can't actually save any files on that hard drive anymore. It had more than half of its storage left, so that's a big shame. So I went through another hard drive, and well, it took a couple months before I tried to dive back into the world of making savage puppet compilations. And the moment I started that back up again, because I lost all my files, lost all the video clips that I was planning on using, so I would have to go back through and look for them again. I think a ghost invaded that one too, because I couldn't even open any of the files on that one. That was a shame because I was working on this year-long project for an independent study mentorship class, and so the app that I was working on for a class as a product that I was going to include as an end-of-the-year presentation was also lost, so I did not want to chance making another Savage Stingy video on the new hard drive that I had to get in April, and the presentation in question was in May. This was all this year, just to be exact, in 2019, so that was my senior year of high school. And given that that was pretty recent, maybe I'll try and make a third one again, but if I'm going to be quite honest, it's unlikely that it'll be sometime in the near future if I make it at all, simply because of this ghostly, weird atmosphere that's surrounding the creation of a third Savage Stingy. So I would say that is the chance that I'm going to make a third one 0? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if I stop uploading over a course of, say, 2 years, know that I died in an attempt to make Savage Stingy 3. Me trying to stitch together a Savage Puppet compilation, a third Savage Puppet compilation, is essentially the Jack the Ripper of hard drives. Like, I try to make the video itself, the hard drive RIPs. If I try to make a video about making the video, then some supernatural force comes and stops me. If about a week or so after this upload you want to go ahead and comment, "Hey, Delightful Mochas, Dad, Demo, are you still alive?" Wait for me to reply so you can know I survived this upload. I guess addressing speed paints themselves, I upload them maybe once every 2 months, but to be honest, that is a lightning speed for this channel. If you're wondering why I post them relatively frequently, it's because the videos themselves are really easy to make. I don't actually have to film anything. I only have to screen capture myself doing a drawing. The only hard part about that would be the fact that I have to actually sit down and focus on something for a really long time, because it's more convenient to just capture everything in a single video file as opposed to having multiple, just so I can go ahead and get up. And I find myself not being very satisfied with them, say given a couple weeks after I upload them, so I take them down anyway. But I want to get into better content, something that's more entertaining for people to watch, something that's a bit more engaging, something that's more fun for me to produce, something that's more fun for me to slap together. So I'm going to try my best to be a better YouTuber in the long run.